Mike Agerbo here with my fellow app nerds, Graham Williams and John Biehler. We've got a really awesome show for you today, so you'll want to stay tuned for the full hour. We will be covering Cyber Monday deals.
Yeah.
Yes. We all use apps now for shopping and stuff. Well, we've got one of the experts over at londondrugs.com to tell us what's hot and what's not as far as deals in the tech realm.
Yeah.
So you've got to stay tuned for that. And we'll be talking a little bit more about Fonus. We mentioned this on last week's show. This is apparently this new phone carrier that offers $40 a month, unlimited talk, text, and data around the world with no roaming fees.
That sounds really cool. I'm willing to try this.
Well, we're going to update the listeners. Is it too good to be true?
Uh-oh.
Well, stay tuned. We will also be, of course, talking about our iPhone tip of the week and Facebook alternatives.
Yeah.
Facebook, we all hate it, but what alternative do we have?
I'm actively de-Zuckerizing. So one of these is actually my favorite little new app that I think you guys are going to love.
Let's talk about some of the app news this week. And John, you brought this to my attention. I think we're all probably online this past weekend here shopping for all the deals happening. But, one of the challenges is you go to all these different websites and then you got to have all these tabs open. And what do you always end up comparing the prices to? Amazon. Well, Amazon's got a new Amazon Assistant that lets users see its prices while they shop on other sites. Explain.
So this is a really clever play on Amazon's part. It's essentially a browser extension. So you would install this into Chrome or Safari or wherever your favorite browser is. And while you're on a shopping site looking at a product
Other than Amazon,
it'll show you what the comparable product is if it exists on their site. And even things like the shipping details.
They're not new to this.
No, not at all.
Right? So, because this was actually something that they originally pioneered with in-store shopping. You could scan the barcode of a product and it would tell you if it was less expensive on Amazon, making the Best Buys of the world an actual Amazon showroom for them.
Showrooming.
And so now they're bringing this right to your desk at home. This is incredibly aggressive. I like it.
Yeah.
I would use this because I do shop on Amazon. It's very handy. It's got a great breadth of product. Literally millions of things. But yeah, I do go to other sites. So it'd be nice to have that just kind of pop up. But can you just imagine all the tracking that's happening now?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you were done. You can't even walk outside without a flyer smacking you in the face now.
I'd really like to have some sort of add-on that, every time I make a purchase, maybe it will send an email to Jeff Bezos to pay his taxes. But other than that, I'm good with it.
That sounds like a script you could probably whip up pretty quickly.
Right?
So you know what challenge I'm having now? Is Christmas shopping. I do a lot of it online now. However, I do it from our kitchen computer.
Yes.
That's kind of the family computer.
Yep.
So everyone sees what you're going to buy them.
Yeah, so then when I'm searching for things, all the ads start popping up,
Incognito mode, man. You've got to go stealth.
Yeah.
For browsing. But then what you do is after you've actually gone in and bought it or whatever, go in and edit your browse history. You can manage that at the bottom of the Amazon homepage and delete those errant things.
It's a lot of work.
Sorry, how on the bottom of the Amazon homepage?
So on the bottom of the Amazon homepage, it actually lists your browsing history.
I didn't know that.
And you can manage it. You click the manage button and it gives you basically a tiled view of all the things you've looked at most recently, and you can actually remove them so you won't get them in ads.
Shut the front door.
So
that will change my life.
The best part is, as you're shopping for things that you're actually going to buy, go find the worst possible gifts.
Totally.
Manage the ones that you bought out and leave them with just a horrible list of things.
So instead of Nukies.
Yes.
Yeah. So your family thinks you're buying them a bunch of crap for Christmas.
This may backfire because you may end up getting gifts that are not quite the same standard quality that you're used to because they think you've cheaped out on them this year.
Or they think that's what you really want.
Right. So
cool. So the Amazon Assistant that we're talking about, you can get right on the Amazon site.
That's right. Yeah. And there's also a standalone app.
Okay.
It's called Amazon Assistant.
Yes.
So you can use that, or you can actually just install it in your browser. The other great thing is it actually works in Canada, the US, France, and Japan. If you're happening to be shopping at those other places around the world, and you have a comparable Amazon account.
I'm off to Osaka to do a little shopping.
There you
Beautiful.
go.
I love it.
Chipotle adds voice assistant to every store, launches Alexa skill for reordering favorite meals. Huh? What?
How does the voice assistant work in store?
Yeah. John, you must know.
It's one of those. Basically, they're putting a customized voice assistant version of an Echo
Okay.
in all 2,500 branches of their store.
Where? Like at the order counter?
It's it's basically to let users order their favorite meal for pickup or delivery without having to go to the front of the thing. I don't know how this is going to work though. Like,
So where are they putting it?
I don't know.
It's probably near the line. So if I
Yeah.
think of the one here in Vancouver, right,
Right.
it's just by a UBC here downtown. And so there is a line out the door. So, the second part of this, being able to reorder something using my voice assistant, have it ready for pickup, absolutely perfect. Voice ordering in store, there were a lot of conversations going on in there. And I've got to admit, I probably wouldn't be able to resist heckling someone as they're ordering and trying to add things onto their order.
Embellish their order. Yeah.
You just keep yelling, and guacamole on there to add a couple of bucks to everyone's order,
It's extra.
right? So,
I still don't understand.
well, instead of standing in line and talking to a human being,
How's the voice like, hey, I'd like a burrito. Is that
yeah,
what they have there?
well, that's kind of what you do with a human right now.
Okay, but how does it know it's me? Well, am I like reading my credit card out loud to this voice? Please give me your Visa number. Well, 450. Wait, everyone can hear me. Like, so how does that work?
We're gonna have to try it out. Why don't we check it out? We'll see. We'll report
This
back.
is stupid.
This
is stupid.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
But and you hate the kiosks at McDonald's.
Oh my God, don't get me started about the kiosks.
No,
Do you know, because they're supposed to make things faster, but they don't. They don't. It takes 5 to 10 times longer to order through the stupid kiosk than to go to the human.
while you're busy shaking your fist at a cloud here, have you tried the table service with the app at McDonald's?
No.
This is the secret weapon for ordering at
What?
McDonald's.
Whoa.
Okay, so you can pull into a specific parking spot,
Yeah.
or you can sit down at a table. You don't even go up to the front anymore. You pull out the My McDonald's app,
Yes.
right, and you can go through. They actually have deals, so you can actually select the deals specifically,
I do use the deals.
right?
yes.
And you can order your stuff, and then it says order for pickup. I'm in store. Deliver to table. And there's a little red circle on the side that has the table number on it. And they will actually, for the first time in history, you can bring candles and a tablecloth and get table service at a McDonald's for a nice,
Okay.
classy meal.
Whoa. You're just blowing my mind here. So does this work at all McDonald's?
Everyone that I've been to in the last little while, yeah.
Certainly everyone I've been to in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've done this?
No, because I think it's ridiculous. It's McDonald's.
I'm not going to stand in the line with the plebs at the front. I'm getting my food brought to me, and I'm going to eat it there. You pay with your credit cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you tip the waiter?
Yeah, here's your tip. Don't work at McDonald's. I'm sorry. We should respect the people that work in food services. Without you, we would not have the meals that
yeah,
we're eating.
McDonald's, it's a
That
good
was a
job.
joke.
Yeah.
No, but no, it's really quite easy. And honestly, I found that the service is fast. It's efficient. My order is usually exactly right. Like, it's great. They bring out the little cup with ketchup for you. It's perfect.
Crazy. Okay, we've got a bit more news here on the app show. We're talking app news. Microsoft gets a U.S. license to resume selling software to Huawei.
Yay.
Yay. So this was it's still an issue with Google and Huawei's phones because they're still not allowed to do business with any of the new Huawei phones, giving the Google Android operating system to them. But this was an issue for laptops and desktops.
Yeah.
Huawei makes a lot of great laptops, and they were prevented by the U.S. government from providing Windows.
I said that this was a boneheaded move when it first happened,
Yeah.
put in place by a couple of boneheads. But really, here's the thing. And, Napoleon actually probably said it best. China is a sleeping giant, right? And if you rouse them, if you wake them, there is going to be a reckoning. And so American software is some of the best software on the planet. If you tell, an up and coming economy that is deeply entrenched in technology that you can't use this anymore, what are they going to do? Are they going to sit idle?
No, they're going to make their own,
They're going to make their own.
which
So,
they are doing.
I mean, the smart thing here is to, establish good relationships, establish good partnerships, and make money where you can. And there is money to be made by Google. There's money to be made by Microsoft. And not letting them do business, I think, was a terrible, terrible idea.
So Microsoft's been given a temporary license to provide software, which would be in the form of like Microsoft Windows, to Chinese companies like Huawei so that they can make laptops with Windows on it. So we'll actually start seeing some of those in Canada now. They're beautiful.
They're really nice laptops. It's one of those things. Have you seen the new MatePad Pro?
Yeah.
Like, Huawei, you're doing a great job. Could you please just find some new designs? You don't have to copy Apple on everything. It is the iPad Pro. Like, come on, guys.
It's beautiful and cheaper.
I'm not buying it.
Everyone copies everyone.
Everyone copies Apple.
Apple copied.
Go on.
They copied
Xerox?
Xerox. Yes, back in the day.
They paid a license for that software, and you know it.
They copied them. Okay, we're going to have to take a break. When we come back, still a lot more apps to talk about here on the show. We will be talking about Fonus. That's spelled Fonus. They made a big stir in the past couple weeks announcing an up-and-coming cell phone service that for $40 a month gives you unlimited text, talking, and data around the world.
With no roaming.
Is it too good to be true? Stay tuned. Let's talk about Fonus. We all hate paying a lot of money for our cell phones, our cell phone bills, for that matter. I think I got mine down to about $60 or $65.
Mine's down to 40.
Yeah, you're brilliant at figuring that stuff out. I don't know if anyone can get that deal. You're up at what?
I'm paying $90 for mine because I've got 50 gigabytes a month, which
Okay.
I use. My parents and my partner, they're...
Do you not have Wi-Fi?
Do you not have home internet service?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, it's... I don't want to slum it on public Wi-Fi. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they're at $60 a piece, and they're 10 gigabytes each. And honestly, like, it's funny. My phone bill used to be $400 a month, right? It is now around $250-ish, and I think that's great. Like, my service is seamless. It's fast. I'm good, right? I've got a couple of watches on there, a couple of iPads on there, 4 phones. We're happy.
But what if you could get a cell phone plan for $40 a month, unlimited data that would work around the world?
I'm curious. Like, this would bring
That's
me
the
down
dream.
$90 a month.
That's the dream.
Okay, talk to me about it.
So we announced this last week. This new cell phone service company. It's a virtual network operator. They're basically kind of wholesaling data and
They call these MVNOs.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
But when we saw it, it just seemed too good to be true.
Way too good to be true.
Yeah. So you have to order a $25 SIM card
Okay.
and
$15 shipping.
15. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet cheese.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I paid $25 for my SIM card when I switched to Rogers. So go on.
Yeah. No, I mean, it just seems it seems like the shipping was a little high to mail me a SIM card.
Yeah, but they got to make the profit somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But if I'm $90 a month right now and it's $40 a month, that first month there, I am still netting out in favor of Fonus. Tell me more.
Okay, so I looked at this, and I'm like, how the heck can they offer a price like that? It makes no sense. There is no way in the world that here in Canada, for example, that any of the big three, and that's who they'd have to deal with, TELUS, Rogers, or Bell, would wholesale them cheap enough rates to offer a plan like that.
Well, Canadian gigabytes are expensive, right? They're mined in the north from the gigabyte mines, and they have to be shipped down. No, that's not a thing. Okay, so
I think we need to replace one of the hosts here. His technical knowledge is not where we need it to be. Okay, so we've been looking into this further, and what's happening, John?
So there's
Because it's not available yet.
no, it's not. And basically, when like you said, you have to order the SIM card. So no one actually has this service yet. We all, or a number of us, ordered it the day it was announced because we're suckers. No, we're taking one for the team. We're doing it so you don't have to.
now
Yes.
you put the money down on this the same day you put your deposit on your Cybertruck, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And essentially, a lot of people are like, hey, this is too good to be true. This has got to be a scam. So Simon Tien, the CEO of Fonus,
The founder.
her founder,
Yeah.
he had a Reddit AMA, Ask Me Anything, and he was answering all kinds of questions. But then, magically, some of his answers got deleted.
Oh no.
So again, conspiracy theorists were like, what's going on? Did he say something he shouldn't have said? Did he jeopardize a deal with one of the big
MVNOs,
threes,
yeah,
right? And make promises he can't keep, that kind of thing. Like, so these are all the questions that people on Reddit and on other forums have. And basically everyone was yelling, this has got to be a scam.
Yeah.
You're basically funding him to set up this company by overcharging for a SIM card and shipping.
Which, I mean, if you think of it this way, it's kind of a roundabout Kickstarter.
Right.
It's kind of an untransparent Kickstarter.
And this particular founder is known in the Kickstarter world for creating stuff that has been late to the party.
Oh, I didn't know
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So I know people that offer these private, what are they called?
MVNOs?
Yeah, these virtual networks. Roll Mobility, always on wireless. And you know what? It's not easy negotiating these deals with all the different countries and the different carriers. Like, you have to be in the business for many years and have these relationships. And so I just don't know how this guy comes out of nowhere. I don't know his background and says that he can offer this around the world.
Well, it's one of those things that I think if any industry is due for a disruption, Apple did it with the phone hardware.
Yes. Yeah.
Elon did it with electric vehicles. Those kinds of things, they're all out there. But we're still waiting to find out. The latest thing that I heard today is that he's actually offered to bring people to Hong Kong to see that this is real.
What? Like, what is in Hong Kong to show that it's real?
I don't know.
It's
Free trip to Hong Kong
people
for
making
your
little SIM cards? What?
It's his secret base that's out of the range of the assassins of the big three who are out to stop it. This is a really great plot to a movie.
I think it's inside a volcano, actually.
Nice.
Do they have volcanoes in Hong Kong?
Sure.
Sure. And why Hong Kong?
I don't know.
One of the more tumultuous countries cities to go to right now.
So this is sort of a wait and see, and you're going to keep us updated as this goes on.
But I think this has the potential, if it's real, to be, and I hate using this term, a game changer. Like this could dramatically change how people travel with their SIM cards. Yep. And I mean, we travel a lot to other countries and we pay a ton in roaming fees.
I just got a $200 bill for my trip to England. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm just going to say right now, too good to be true. If it was, it would wipe out the cell phone industry in Canada because everyone would switch to this because you can port your number over.
Right.
So I'm saying it's a load of crap.
I'm optimistic that it's not a load of crap.
I'm going to sit on the fence and wait for more information.
I want there to be unicorns, okay? But that's, I don't know. Okay, we're going to have to take a break. We're going to keep people informed about this as we learn more.
Yeah, we've actually reached out to Fonus to see if we can get some comment from them directly on the show.
Or a ticket to Hong Kong.
Right.
Or a ticket to Hong Kong.
We might get a TikTok from Hong Kong.
Nice.
When we come back from the break, we've got a lot more apps to talk about. If you're doing some online shopping with your apps and want to know where the best deals are, we have some Cyber Monday deals from LondonDrugs.com. Stay tuned. Black Friday has come and gone. I think it's almost like Black Friday month now. These deals just keep going, John.
It's just shopping season.
It is. Well, Cyber Monday's happening. It's happening, obviously, this Monday. Tomorrow. And on the line, we've got one of our friends from London Drugs, LondonDrugs.com. His name is Sam Seto. Thanks for joining us, Sam.
Great to be here. Thank you.
I wanted to get you on the line because this is one of the big shopping times of the year, and our listeners always love hearing what kind of hot deals are in store and online. What do you got for us this time, Sam?
Well, quite a few things are available for Cyber Monday, and obviously a lot of the things that are available for Black Friday are still on. Most of the Boxing Week Black Friday timeframe stuff is good for a few days at least. But for Cyber Monday specifically, there's a big push on Samsung TVs, LG TVs, a lot of the 4K LED technology ones, so QLED for Samsung and OLED for LG. A lot of great deals on TVs. So for anybody looking for a larger TV, prices are probably the best I've seen in a long time.
What's the cheapest TV I can get, Sam?
Kind of depends on the size that you want it. I mean, at one point in time, people used to talk about viewing distances on older TVs. You have to be 15 feet away in order to kind of get the best view. But with the LED technology, whether it be QLED or OLED, you can sit a lot closer to the TVs now without losing any kind of visual quality, and the viewing angles tend to be better. So again, you can go with a much larger TV in the same space now and still get great visibility. But it kind of depends. The pricing I see is anywhere between like $599 and all the way up to, obviously if you want to go big and go an 82 inch, you can get up to about $3,000. On a TV, but it kind of depends on size.
82 inch. I like the sound of that. Can I even get that in a door?
I have to move to get that TV.
Like, Sam, what's the upper range of TV size that actually will fit in a house? I mean, we're getting up there.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, most people nowadays are not even looking at panels that are, anything under a 32, and even 32s are like, oh, that's pretty small. 49 inch is kind of the minimum. Most of our TVs going out nowadays tend to be in the slightly larger range, 55 to 75 inch. And so, as an example, the Samsung QLED Smart 75 inch model, $24.99 for the 75 inch model. LG has a 75 inch model, or I believe, and it's on for $14.99. They're all 4K compliant, all smart. So, you can get your Netflix, your Disney Plus, all your streaming services on those TVs as well. So
the 4K makes a big difference. And, it's been a few years now that it's been out, but I think it's finally starting to kind of kick in, especially because of the streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus. I watched, that new Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, in 4K. It was freaking amazing. Like, you could feel like you could just touch the things on the screen there. It was so realistic. And the makeup on these people, it's getting too good. Like, I don't know how they even do makeup anymore because you can see everything.
Yeah, it has to be perfect.
Exactly. Let's talk about some other deals for Cyber Monday. What else you got, Sam?
Okay. We have a bunch of different laptops that are on special as well for Cyber Monday. Asus is a well-known brand. I kind of like the Asus books myself. I had an Asus tablet before, and it was really one of the nicer tablets I've owned. We have a couple different ones on it. There's an Asus laptop for like $100 off from $699 to $599. The upside to some of the Asus more traditional laptops is typically you're getting a little bit more storage. A lot of the Chromebooks and a lot of the other computers that we see nowadays, they can be cheaper, but they're also they're designed kind of for cloud use. So a lot of the storage is cloud based, so you don't have to worry about internal storage. But me being kind of an old school kind of guy, an older guy, I always kind of like a little bit of storage in the computer itself. So, like the old school Asus laptops tend to have a little bit more internal storage versus, having everything cloud based and everything wireless. I sometimes do like the ability to wire up an old printer to it so I can print, as opposed to have to use a wireless one because it only is capable of hooking up to a wireless device, right? But then again, if you don't need it, so if your kids are in school and they're using it at school and everything is online and on the cloud, you can get computers well under that price, like $300, $350, $250, something like that for a Chromebook. So prices are all over the place, but typically you're going to see prices at their lowest price of the year.
We're talking with Sam Seto from London Drugs and LondonDrugs.com, all about some cool Cyber Monday deals. Got a couple more? Time for a couple more there, Sam?
Yeah, so definitely. I was also thinking kind of out of the main tech area, but it's still an electronic product. Is I kind of like the fact that I've seen some good pricing on like Dyson.
Yeah.
So I've never been one to clean a lot. My wife will tell you this. I don't know how many times, but a few years back, I bought a Dyson V6 cordless vac.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, there's stuff on the ground. And it's like, give me 2 seconds, cleaned up, it's done, right? I don't have to pull out the thing from the closet. I don't have to wire it up and then roll it over. It's like it's charging on the wall. I pull it off the wall, done. And it's clean and it's simple. And we have the Dyson V7 Trigger hand vac on Cyber Monday. It's coming in at $224.99 and it's $75 off. Again, great deal for those who kind of want something more for the house and less for the wall or the TV or the computer. Also a great way to go. And then obviously the upside to this stuff is I can segue that into the talk about London Drugs same day shipping, right?
Yeah, this is something brand new that you guys just came out with.
Yeah. London Drugs has kind of gotten into the e-commerce game over the last few years and taken some cautious steps to ensure that we're doing it the right way. they introduced just recently same-day shipping. So new delivery service. It covers most items in the store, but it does exclude larger items like TVs and fridges, things that are a little bit too heavy to kind of move around quickly. Those are kind of exempted from that, but London Drugs, they've carried things like tractors and kayaks in the past too. So obviously those things are hard to same day ship.
I want my kayak today.
Yeah, exactly.
I want my tractor.
Exactly. It's like I need it today. Exactly right. But for most regular sized items over $75, it's a free of charge same day shipping. And then if it's under that amount, you can still get it shipped same day at $7.95 for orders under that amount.
Very cool.
Right. So
talking with Sam Seto from London Drugs and LondonDrugs.com. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about Facebook alternatives. I feel trapped.
Yep.
Facebook's kind of the only game in town, really. I know there's other things like Instagram and
Instagram and what's that? Wait, hang on.
No. Oh, they're all owned by Facebook.
Right.
So what are the alternatives? I think on last week's one of our shows, we talked about Nextdoor, which is a great hyper-local app that puts you in touch with your neighbors.
Yep.
Which I think is pretty cool. But what are some Facebook alternatives out there that might be gaining some traction? So I thought we would talk about some of them today. They would be Cocoon, Mastodon, and Wiki Tribune Social. Let's start with Cocoon.
Yeah.
Cocoon.
Yeah. So this is not just a really great movie with Steve Guttenberg. Please go watch it. This is an app that's basically designed for groups that are close to each other. So families, really close groups of friends. You're not adding people randomly to this. It is an app that sort of brings together messaging, brings together things like events, brings you a vault for all of your photographs that you share. So it's kind of like a crossover between, say, for example, a Facebook Messenger group, which is where I'm spending most of my time on Facebook right now with my friends there, and the Facebook shared photos feature. Right. And so you invite people to this. You have a code that invites them to that and basically creates this little self-contained community. And so I've actually got one for my house. Right. So my partner and I have this, and we use it to.
So you got an account for your house?
Yeah. Well, so it's an account for our household, and then I've got small groups of friends that I have invited to this. Now, right now it's iOS only. Android is coming.
John, do you notice we didn't get an invite?
Well, you're on an Android, are you not?
No,
you're not. Okay. Well, I will create one for the app show.
And I don't care anymore. I'm not going to join it.
my cool little spot. But no, I'm actually really enjoying this because there are no ads. It is not gathering personal. No, do no evil being the most egregious commandment that we've seen a company break in a while. But they have said they're not interested in putting
money?
ads out
in
there.
Money?
Here's the thing. I don't know what their monetization scheme is right now.
I know,
ads.
Graham. It's ads. Or they're selling your information to someone for ads.
But as of right now, they haven't asked for things like access to my contacts. And, when I'm looking at uploading photographs, it grabs from my camera roll. It doesn't take from the camera. So
it's not asking because it's just taking it.
Not on iOS. It's
okay,
not.
let's be kind here.
Yeah.
So this is like a Facebook, but not as evil as Facebook.
Yeah. So, and like I said, it's out for iOS right now.
More like a private circle of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that's kind of how I'm finding I'm using Facebook. The happy times that I'm using Facebook is when I'm doing that. The angry times is when I'm yelling at people in the comments.
So does it have like a news feed, kind of Facebook-ish?
It does, but it's sort of that ongoing conversation. So it's kind of like Messenger.
Okay.
Right. But instead of being I'm doing this today, we're having a conversation as opposed to here are grandiose statements about what the heck I'm doing.
One of the biggest things I don't like about Facebook is that I have a lot of friends on Facebook that I don't remember why we became friends.
Yep.
Right. You meet people at an event or, a party or something like that. And I don't remember who you are.
Yeah.
Because I met you 6 years ago and I'm still getting your daily updates about what you're having for lunch.
And you have no friends in common. And then you kind of look into their feed and you're like, you are really weird. And for me to say that, that's something. Usually that's the quick trip to the unfriend list. But yeah.
So I like the idea of only your close personal friends. But again, like Facebook, how well does that age too, right? And I would love a notes feature on my friend. So I add Graham to Facebook I met Graham at work.
Yeah.
Like
I was drunk one night and met this guy at the bar.
It's funny you should mention that because when you do take a look at the profiles that are on that person's account, you can actually add notes.
oh, okay,
So Cocoon does that for you.
nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's move along. You are going to tell us about WT Social or Wiki Tribune Social.
Right. This is from Wikipedia founder Jimmy Wales, and it's being called the anti-Facebook.
Okay.
It's got over 200,000 users just days after launching.
Compared to Facebook's 2 billion. Okay, keep going.
Is it 2 billion? I thought it was more.
Yeah.
But essentially, and not unlike what Graham was saying about Cocoon, the idea is that it's privacy first. They're not selling your stuff. You're not the product in this case, but the idea is that you have to be invited from somebody else. And kind of like what you were saying about the private messenger groups, it's for small huddles of people that want to get together, share ideas, share photos, that kind of thing. Yeah. I think the biggest problem with these kinds of services is no one knows they exist unless we're talking about them like we are right now, or you get invited into one because you went to Graham's house at a party and now you're part of the inner circle, right? So I kind of like the tribal aspect of that things, but then it's also like, well, how do you get grandma in there, right? Like grandma's not going to know how to do a code and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that whole process has to be seamless. And that's, I guess, one thing that Facebook's done a really good job at is being the ubiquitous platform for these types of things.
So when we're talking about Wiki Tribune Social, in the middle of your explanation about Bitcoin, take a minute and stop and... I know, it's funny. At WT Social, I actually got an invite on the first day from a friend of mine, and it was kind of an unlikely invite, I thought at the time. He is a DJ and a promoter here in town, and he's booked me for a couple of gigs. And I got this invite, and I'm like, Pete, I didn't know that this kind of thing would appeal to you, but he invited me to this community, and now there's a small community of DJs on this platform. And I thought that was really cool. Again, sort of small, tribal, and things that I care about.
Things like that you might be a part of on a Facebook group, for example.
Yeah.
A small private group of like-minded individuals, but that's your whole platform now.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, John, you got 1 minute to tell us about Mastodon.
So Mastodon was a decentralized version of these types of things where you can basically install a Mastodon server and theme it, name it, whatever you want, and then invite your friends into it.
Oh, it could be MikeBook.
It could be.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something called Diaspora that did this as well?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
But Mastodon was really popular because it was open source, Linux friendly, all the good stuff.
I noticed you said was twice now.
Well, let's just say a certain election that happened south of the border caused Mastodon to become a rallying place for all the people that were deplatformed.
Oh dear.
So all the interesting people.
Appropriately that
All the racists?
appropriate that it's named after something that's now extinct.
And scene. So, Facebook alternatives, Cocoon, Wiki Tribune Social, and
No longer Mastodon.
maybe Mastodon. When we come back from the break, we're going to get John's app pick of the week. Stay tuned. Before we get to John's app pick of the week, you've got a quick iPhone tip for us.
I do. If you've got AirPods and you switch back and forth between your AirPods on your iPhone and on your iPad, you can go into shortcuts and set up a new shortcut that routes your audio through AirPlay from your iPhone to your iPad. So what it will do is it will say on your iPhone, output AirPlay to AirPods. You can share that shortcut to any device and it will automatically set the output to your AirPods. It's a one-touch quick fix. We're going to post this shortcut on the app show online so you can actually just download the shortcut.
At GetConnectedMedia.com. John, what's your app pick of the week?
So because of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales that are on right now, everyone wants to see all the flyers, all the deals all in one place. I'm going to bring it back because we've talked about it before, but Flip with 2ps.com is the website. It's also an app for your phone. It'll show you all of your local flyers, all your favorite stores. You can actually even tap on a flyer item and it'll create a shopping list for you.
Nice.
It's a very cool
So
app.
it kind of makes the flyers interactive.
Yes.
Yes, and easier to...
And depending on the store, you can actually order it from right within the app. It'll take you right to the appropriate store.
The biggest one for me was the search feature.
Yes.
Right? Like I have been so tired of flipping through paper flyers.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I still using the dead tree edition of this? I type in what I want. It shows up, shows me where it's available. I'm able to buy it.
Yeah.
I dig
And
this.
it shows you all the places you can buy it. And you can even sort it by lowest to highest. Perfect.
So all the time we have left for the app show. Don't forget to visit our main website, getconnectedmedia.com. We've got our podcasts up there and the video editions of our radio shows, not only the app show, but Get Connected Radio as well. You can see what we look like, which may be a good thing or a bad thing.
Kind of disillusioning.
Want to thank everyone that helps put the show together. Christina, Stephen, Graham, John, and this is the team signing off. We'll see you again next time.